What's up, Honors? I'm Alex, as always, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 5 of Prototype, the series where in each episode we check out a different prototype, animatronic, or display from Spirit Halloween. For today's episode, I got what might be the coolest animatronic we've ever checked out in the series. This guy is, of course, the Eden Zombie, which is a prototype from 2017. And this guy is insane. There's a ton of awesome details about him. And it sucks we never got this guy released because he may have been one of the greatest Spirit Halloween animatronics of all time. Or at least for that year, in my opinion. So anyways, today we'll be covering everything about this guy, from some of the details we know about him, to some fun facts about him, to even checking out a demo of what exactly this guy did. So anyways, that's enough talking for the intro. Let's, of course, get right into checking this guy out. Alright, so to kick it off, let's just talk about some of the basic information we know about this guy. So of course, he went by the name Eden Zombie. He of course would have been sold in 2017 and possibly future years if he was sold. Of course, we do not know a price on this guy, but to estimate it for what exactly this guy is, I'd say probably around $230 to $250. I think that'd be a good range for him. He of course stands 5 foot tall, so decent height. He of course was produced by Party Time Latex Art and Crafts Factory. And of course, never became a Spirit exclusive. And overall, that's pretty much all that we know about this guy. Of course, it would have been awesome if he was sold during 2017. I feel like that year we got an alright lineup, some good ones, but this guy definitely would have carried the lineup if he was sold that year. Along with the creepy Tyrant Clown, probably. Anyways, now that we talked about that, let's of course get more in depth into some of the detail and animation of this guy. Of course, looking at some of the photos right here of just what exactly this guy looks like, it's insane. I love the detail on this. Of course, he's just your typical zombie looking guy. It's just normal clothing. Of course, got the shoes down there, these brown pants. He's got this nice, more like suit looking outfit up here, which has all these rips and everything in it. So overall, an awesome job on that. And then of course, he's got this creepy greenish skin tone, which it would have been cooler to have like a fleshier skin tone, but the green does still kind of work. More of like a radioactive zombie. But of course, the one hand there, he just has it hanging out. But then his other hand right there, he's of course holding this bloody foot in it, which is really nice. It's kind of like he's snacking on it. And then the head right there, that is really where the main detail of this prop is. I love what they've done right here. There's blood all over his mouth right there. It looks crazy. His eyes right there, kind of like bloodshot and everything. And, oh, it's just so awesome. One of the best heads we've ever gone for zombies, probably. I really like when they go all out with that, like, bloody, gory detail. Just really makes these props creepier. Of course, also has that hat up there, which is nothing too crazy, but does add a little bit to him. Then this hair sticking out the side, which is alright. So, overall, some awesome detail packed into this guy. I keep saying this, but I really wish this guy was released. He, of course, is kind of giving me vibes to that other zombie guy, the flesh-eating zombie. He was a similar concept to this, where, of course, had, like, a leg or arm in one hand that he's eating, and this guy is probably a similar model to that, who knows, but yeah, overall this guy looks awesome. Anyways, now let's of course talk a little bit about the animation that this guy had. Because of course we have a video, so we know what this guy did. Of course, it's not the craziest animation ever. I really wish they would have went with a little bit of a different one, because basically what he has right here, as you can see, is just the arm that moves back and forth. I think it would be cooler if they kind of did what they did with the Limb Eden Zombie Boy, where of course kind of put his head down into an arm to eat it. Like, this guy would be cool if they put that head down into it, or if they even just raised up the arm to put the leg to his mouth. Something like that would have been creepy. I think mouth animation too is something that really would have helped make this guy even better. But yeah, of course, other features, he also has those red eyes up there. So overall, animation-wise, nothing crazy. I wish they added more if this guy were to be released, but still overall, I think the detail in this guy definitely makes up for it. Anyways, moving on to the final part of this video, let's of course talk about some little fun facts about this guy. Of course, the biggest thing I want to cover is how this guy was based off of a Jemmy prototype, concept art type of thing. Since Party Time Jemmy is linked fairly closely, I believe. Sometimes Jemmy concept art gets turned into Party Time animatronics, but basically on screen I can see what the original idea was for this guy, which you can kind of see how similar this guy was to the version we got. He of course has that hat right there, had similar hair, the sort of suit outfit he's got on, very similar. But instead of him holding a foot is this really detailed arm, which I think this would be cooler if they did stuff like this for props. Seems like every time we've got like body parts involved in animatronics, like heads or arms or hands, it's always just the bare hand and there's blood on the end. I really like the concept right here, though, where it still has some of that clothing attached, like he just ripped this awesome one. I think that's way cooler and just way more detail. I do also like how he still has the lantern in the hand too right there. That's an awesome little extra detail. And I definitely like the face they went with a bit more. It's, I don't know, more zombie looking. This guy just kind of looks like a psychotic man, kind of. Not as much zombie-ish, but still the face on this prototype concept art thing here looks interesting. So overall, very interesting that this was a concept they tried to turn into an animatronic. And yeah, I really wish they went further with this. I keep saying that, but anyways, with all said, that's pretty much it for today's episode. Right there's the Eden Zombie, an awesome animatronic. My opinions, I keep saying it, such an awesome animatronic. I wish it was released, but I'd love to hear from you what you think about this guy, so definitely tell me down in the description. Also, before we close off, also just a small point out, which if you're following me on Instagram, you probably already saw this, but of course I have a new theme join us in the background. Right here is of course Steve from the Minecraft movie. Oh no, I saw that guy at Superstore and it just looks so stupid. I had to pick it up, but yeah, tell me down below what you think of that too. Anyways, that's it for today. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll of course see you all in the next video, coming out sometime soon. So anyways, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.